Okay, so number 9 here. I told you this here, there is a curve here. It has an equation of y equal x squared plus bx plus c. Okay, it don't give you the value of b and the value of c, and actually there is no value of x squared coefficient. Okay, and here the diagram shows sketch. Find the value of b and c. And here in this sketch, he gave you the answers of x here of the equation here is 1 and 4. So in these questions, we're going to solve it simultaneously. So we're going to say that is the y, which actually here is equal to 0. We say y here. They give you this y equal to x squared plus bx plus c. And what we do, we're going to kick the x here and put instead of it, 1. This will be equation number 1. And then we put 4. And then we put 4 and we equalize it with 0 because the y here is 0, no up or no down here, the value, here the final answer of the equation. So y is equal to 0. So now we're going to write it equation number 1. So here we say it, equation 1 here. So here we have equation 1. And we told you that this equation will be, we're going to kick the x upon instead of it 1. So, and the y here, it will be equal to 0. So 0 will be equal to 1 plus b plus c plus c. And now we're going to take this one and put it here and move it here up with -1. So the equation here, equation number 1 will be b plus c equal to -1. And this we're going to solve simultaneously. Okay, let's make equation 2. Equation 2 here, we're going to kick the x and put it instead of it 4. Okay, so here would be 4 squared plus 4b. Okay, let's do this. And also we equalize it with 0. So 0 equal to 4 squared, which is 16, plus 4b plus c. Then we're going to move here, take this 16 and get it here with negative. So now equation 2 will be equal to, equation 2 now, 2 would be equal to, you can say 4b plus c equal to -16. Okay, then we're going to make equation 2 minus equation 1. Normal solving here. So here we say that is minus b and minus c equal to +1. And now we're going to solve it like simultaneously. We subtract equation 1 from 2 and get together the 4. So we have a 3b equal to -15. So the b now equal to, dividing by 3, -5. By substituting the b with -5 here, I'm going to substitute it here with -5. Here we have b plus c. So the b is -5 plus c equal to 1. So the c here equal to 4. So, and the c here be equal to 4. Final answer. So this is -5 and this is 4. Okay, find the coordinate of the minimum point. Here we have to get the derivative dy over dx. Remember this, we already get the equation. So now the equation y equal to x squared minus 5x plus 4. Okay, so the derivative will be 2x minus 5. We're going to equalize it with 0 and get the value of x here. And you equalize it with 0. So 2x equal to 5. Then x equal to 5 over 2 or 2.5 as the decimal place. Okay, so now we're going to get the value of y. You need x and y from the original. We're going to substitute x is 2.5 better for the equation. So 2.5 squared minus 5 multiplying by 2.5 plus 4 give you final answer on your calc -2.25. So here we have 2.5 x coordinate, y coordinate -2.25. The line y equal k intersect here. Number C, the line y equal k intersect the graph at 2 points right down the range of the value of k. So we needed the range when we have two answers. Here we have a 2 answer, and here we have a 2 answer. Here we have a 2 answer, and here we have it everywhere, but here we don't have a 2 answer. Okay, so this is not having a 2 answer here. Now here it is wrong. Okay, so here we can say that here we have a minimum point. Remember this, he told you this, here we have a minimum point, and the minimum point here is equal to 2.5 and x coordinate, and the y coordinate is -2.25. Do you remember this? Yes. So we can say that the k is more than the range, which is the y coordinate, So we can say here this k is more than -2 by 25, and now we get the range. Okay, let's see the next. Question number 10. Here we have two triangles here. Seeing that these two triangles have height and the base. Okay, so the height here of triangular P here is equal to x plus 2, and the height here is x plus 3 of triangular Q. The base here of triangular P is 4x plus 4, and the base here of triangular Q 2x minus 4. Difference between the area of the two triangles equal to 60. So now we have to use this. So area, we can say this is area of P minus of triangular P, area of triangular Q will be equal to 60 centimeter. Okay, show that blah, blah, blah. So first of all, as he said, the area, kindly get half of the base first, because we have the multiplying brackets, which make us easy. So half of the base here in triangular P is 2x plus 2, 2x plus 2. And here, half of the base is x minus 2. Okay, so now it's easy to multiply the brackets here. Okay, so here we're going to say x plus 2 multiplying by 2x plus 2. And this would be area of, and this is area of triangular P, would be equal to x plus 2 multiplied by x plus. Okay, let's start it with 2x here, with x here. So x multiplying the 2x here, which equal to 2x squared, and the x multiplying 2 is 2x. Okay, and now we are going to move and multiply the 2 itself here. So 2 now multiplying by plus 2 multiplied by 2x, which is 4x. And here 2 plus 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. We're going to merge this. So area of P here will be equal to 2x squared plus 6x plus 4. Okay, then let's get the area of second one here, which is area of triangular Q. Okay, so here we go. We're going to say x plus 3, x plus 3 multiplying by x minus 2, x minus 2. Okay, and that is the area of triangular Q. So triangular Q. So area of triangular Q will be equal to x. Let's start with x. X multiplying by x, which is equal to 1x squared. X multiplying by negative 2x, which is minus 2x. Then we get the 3 here. Okay, let's do this. 3x plus 3x. 3 multiplying by x. Then 3 multiplying by negative 2, which is negative 6. Okay, let's merge this, which will be plus x. So here, triangular Q, remember this, we have to subtract it. So we're going to say minus, open a bracket, because we're going to change the signs of all the inside here. So here we have x squared plus x and minus 6. Okay, minus 6. Then we call the bracket here. And now we're going to get this plus, this negative inside here. So this would be negatively the sign negative, and this would be positive. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to say now 2x squared. Okay, let's rewrite it again. So 2x squared. Remember that all of these is equal to 60, because that is the difference. You say that's the difference between the two area. Okay, so 2x squared plus 6x plus 4 minus x squared minus x plus 6. All that's equal to 60. Let's merge the like terms. Okay, coming to you like terms. Okay, here we have 2x and minus x squared. So it will be 1x squared. So x squared. Okay, and here 6 minus x, which is 5x. 5x and 4 plus 6, which will be plus 10. All that is equal to 60. So now he need to equalize it with 0. So we get this 60 here by negative side, and minus 60, just kick it, and here minus 60 on the left side. So here we put minus 50. This would be, since it's 5x, and this would be x squared as it is. So now we prove it that x squared plus 5x minus 50 equal to 0. Okay, solve 2 brackets, and it's done. Okay, let's do it here. So here we have x and x, 5 and 10, I think. X and x, 5 and 10. Positive, negative. So we have here 10x. 10x minus 5x, which equal to 5 positive 5x, which is right. So here with x equal 5. And here the x equal to negative 10. Remember, I'm saying this he told you something after 5 factorizing. Then find the height of what of triangular P. Most of you forget this. You just need the value of x. No, you need to get the height of p. So the height of p, this will be rejected. And you have to write this rejected answer. So reject here, we're going to say this, we are going to reject. We are going to reject. So tell him let's reject negative 10 has no length with negative. Okay. Okay. So now the value of x is equal to 5, and the height of p would be equal to, height of p would be 5 plus 2 because x plus 2, so it will equal to 7. Okay, let's see the next. Question number 11, function. Here f of x equal to x minus 1. Let's do this. Okay, we go from inside to outside. We go from inside to outside. We go start from inside to outside. Okay, we are start a baby like f of 5. So we kick f of x and put instead of x 5. Let's do this. Okay, let's make it here. So we say f5 would be equal to 2 multiplied by 5. Okay, minus 1. 2 multiplied by 5, 10. Minus 1 is 9. And now we're going to get g f5, which equal to g9, because we get the f of 5 is equal to 9. So we get a g9. Okay. And all what we do now is kicking this x and put instead of it 9. So g9 now equal to, will be equal to 9 squared, which is 81. 81 final answer. Okay, let's complete here. Fgx equals 17. Again, we're going to start from inside to outside, from inside to outside. Gx. Okay, we have this gx. We are going to put it inside the f. Inside the f here. So I'm going to put x squared instead of the x here. So let's do this. Let me say, I don't see it here. Okay, number 11 II, 11 II here. Let's do this. Okay. So we are going to say here, that is here we have 2. Instead of x, we're going to put the gx, which is x squared, minus 1 equal to 17. So I'm going to solve normal equation. So this would be plus 1, and this would be plus 1. Kick this would be 18. So 2x squared equal to 18, dividing by 2 on the left, dividing by 2 on the right. So it's 9. So x squared equal to 9. So x, remember, we have the root of 9, which you have to write it positive, negative 3. Final answer here, x will be positive, negative 3. Okay. Let's make it better. Just to be clear, for the one positive, 3 and negative 3. Okay. Actually, x equal to 3 over x plus 1, you need the inverse. Again, inverse, again, inverse, again, inverse. We just pick this x and put instead of it y and put this equal to x. We just flip the places. We are switch, sorry, the places of x and y, x and y. We just switch the places. So we say, and instead of y, make it y equal to 3 over x plus 2. Okay, we are going to switch places now already. Pick this and put instead of it x, and pick this and put instead of it y. So we are going to say x equal to 3 over y plus 2. And now is we have to make y a subject. Step number 2 is we have to make y a subject. So make y a subject. Okay. Let's do this. We just make a cross multiplication. Okay. So x multiplied by y plus 2. Don't expand the bracket, make it like a bracket. So we say here. So now x multiplying y plus 2 equal to 3. Then divide both sides by x, dividing by x, dividing by x. Kick the x, remainder y plus 2 equal to 3 over x. And now we have to get here that minus 2, minus 2. So now we get it, the inverse. We get it. Very easy way. I switch the places. So 3x over x minus 2. We just switch the places, make y the subject, then write your answer. To find an answer. So for final answer, here the inverse, which is here, h negative 1, the inverse of x here. You know what is the inverse? Just we are flipping the coordinate, and instead, for example, if you have a coordinate 5 and 1, it will be 1 and 5. You switch the places of x and y. That's it. You know that. Okay, write down the value of x that is not in the domain for sure, 0. because in the domain, not the range. Domain is for the x, for the horizontal line. X cannot be 0 because 0 in the denominator is undefined. Okay, let's see the next. Yeah, question number 12. Wow, amazing question. The diagram here shows the cross section of a spherical ball placed in a cone. You know the party hat? You know the party hat? It is inside the ball. This is the question. Okay, let's do this. So that is the party hat. Okay, and inside it here, there is a spherical or a ball belonging to the baby here. Okay, let's see this. So that is the ball inside the party hat. Okay, here we have a center O of the circle, and here we have a lines. We have a lines from the radius, from the radius to the party hat. For sure, these lines are perpendicular on here. Okay, let's read the question again. Okay, let's read it again. So here they say the diagram shows a cross section here of a spherical ball placed in a cone or a party hat. The center of the ball is O. The ball touches the side of the cone at the point D, E, and the top of the cone at F. So it touches. As it said, it's a touch it. So this means it's a tangent. It's a tangent, and you have to get it. Okay, so tangent make 90 degree. Tangent make 90 degree. Okay, so this from the radius is a 90 degree, and this it will be 90 degree, and this will be 90 degree. Because any triangular here, we're going to close it, so it have a right angle like this. Here we have a right angle like this. Imagine it. Here we have a right angle like this. Because there's a triangle like this. Okay, but no rush. Let's see what he say here. I told you that he needed to give you this angle is equal to 60 degree, and the radius of the ball is 4 centimeter. Calc OC. This is OC. This is OC. Okay, and this, remember this, I told you this, we have 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees everywhere, in triangle. Okay, let's see this. So if you need to, he told you that this have a radius of 4 centimeter. So this is equal to 4. This is equal to 4. This is equal to 4. And this is also equal to 4. And here, just here for this part, but we are going to calculate here. As we cut it, it cut it into 2 parts because it comes from the center. It comes from the center of the circle, okay? And from the center of this circle. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, and it's come from the center. We are going to work out the value of OC. Remember that here we have a triangle. We have a triangle like this. So this O, I will draw it like this. This is the center O, E, C. Let's just take this triangle, okay? I take this triangle out, okay? I get it out. And I cut this O, C, E, this triangle. So this is O, E, C, okay? So this is the right angle. This is O, and this is E, the perpendicular line, and this is C. I get it out just to explain here. Remember that here we have the OE is equal to 4 centimeter. Here is equal to 4 centimeter. And here this angle is equal to 30. Why 30? Because this is 60, and this line cut it into 2 equal parts. So this is 30, and this is 30. So this angle is 30 degrees. So here is the hypotenuse. He needs to know the OC. This is the O. So he needed the hypotenuse. So we can say sine 30 is Pythagoras because we have a right angle equal to 4 over OC. So the OC will be equal to 4 dividing sine 30, which is equal to 8 centimeter. On your calc, do this and find it is equal to. Okay. Page. The same question. AF is the radius. Yes. Let's write the measure here. So here we have this is F. This is E. And this is D. Okay. And here is A, B. And this is A. Okay, this is C. Because we don't have the drawings here, I just copy it quickly. So he told you this AF is the radius of the cone, and he needs you to calc this. So now I'm going to close this right angle triangle with this. Remember that this equal to this. We just get this is equal to 8. Remember this is equal to 8, this equal to, we just get it in the previous question, OC. So OC equal OA. So we can say OC equal OA. Okay. And now we can get it from Pythagoras. Here is the hypotenuse equal to 8. So AF now, this AF will be equal to 8 square plus 4 square under the root. So AF will be equal to the root of 8 square minus 4 square. On your calc, do this question. It will be equal to 6.93. 6.92, 8, blah, blah, blah. So approximated to 2 GP. So we can make it 6.93. Okay, calc the percentage of the volume of the cone occupied by the ball. This is a confused question. It's very easy question, and he give you the rules. You just make volume of the sphere, the instance here. He needed the percentage of the ball, occupied here in this triangle. So he needs the percentage. How many percent does the ball take from the party hat? Okay, and this we're going to do this. Well, what we do now, keep this because I need to explain it for you. It's a very easy question, but it seems to be hard, but it's not. It's not hard. We need the percentage of the ball inside the party hat. Okay, let's do this. We just say that is the volume of, we say here we need the volume of the sphere, which is the ball, okay, dividing by the volume of the party hat of the cone. Okay, multiply by 100. That's it. Very easy question. We just again, and he give you the rule. So the volume of the sphere or the ball will be equal to 4 over 3 pi, and the r of the ball, remember it was 4 cubic. Okay, dividing by the volume of the party hat of the cone. So he give you also dividing by on your calculator working this pi, and remember this r here. We get it here is the radius of the cone, which was 6.93. So multiplied by 6.93 squared. Okay, multiply by h. And h here, I want just to explain to you how we can get h. Okay, here is the height. Here, remember, this was 4, and this was 8. So that is the height of the cone. That is the height of the cone. And that is the height of the cone. This was 4, and this was 8. We get it in question A. This was 8 centimeters, remember? So we just say 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. So the height here is equal to 12. Okay, and we just put the numbers on your calc, multiplying it by 100, give you the percentage of 44. Okay, you don't ask him here, so we'll write it like this. So the final answer here is 44.4%. So the ball will take 44.4% from approximated to 1 GP. Okay, let's see the next here, vectors. Vectors here. Here we go. He said that's the diagram PQRS. Is a trapezium, okay? PQ have negative 2a plus for A or B. Remember that this direction is like this, okay? And PR is the direction here is like this. Okay, 6a plus 8b. Find QR. Okay, let's now move from Q to R. Okay, so here we have to move to the negative direction, so we have to change the signs here. So here it will be 2a instead of negative a minus 4b plus the same direction here, 6a plus 8b. So it will be plus 6a plus 8b, which gives us, we have to collect the like terms together. 2 and 6 will be 8. Negative 4 plus 8 will be 4b. So here we write it 8a plus 4b. Now let's see the next. RS equal to 6a plus nb. So where is RS market? And here we have to put it R as its direction is like this. And I extended just to explain that is we have to change the signs if in the negative direction or the inverse direction or the opposite direction, which is equal to 6a plus np. Okay, so point P S. Let's do this. So now we are going to move from P to S. Here is P, and we are going to move like this, P, S. So the same direction here, the same direction here. So no negative signs, giving your answer in AP and in terms of APN, so it's fine. So to be, so the PS now will be equal to the same 6A plus 8b plus 6a again, which will be 12a plus n 8. Now we're going to collect the like terms. Here, yeah, it's not p, it's p. Okay, sorry. Here it will be n e, and here is n b. So you see it. Okay, so here we have to collect the like terms. I know it because we have to collect the like terms. So I know this is a mistake. So here 6a will be 12a, 6 and 6, plus, open a bracket and right inside it 8 plus n, close the bracket and write b. And this is the final answer in terms of a, n, and b. Okay, so see this in the next. So he's saying this is rs equals 6a plus np, and ps, this ps, is parallel to qr. To q, or this ps is parallel to qr. Remember this qr, and that is ps. And if they are parallel in vectors, there is a common ratio between them. There is a common ratio. So the 8a, we can make it 12 just to get the value of n, because here he asks you to get the value of n from a and b. All right, so he asked you to use these questions to get the value. Okay, we're going to use them and we're going to get the value. So let's make the 8 equal to 12 by multiplying it by 1.5. 1.5. So 8 times 1.5 equal to 12. And 4 here, now also, we're going to make it 8 plus n. And the 4 now, we have to equalize it plus a plus n. So we have to do the same like multiplying it by 1.5, which equal to 6. So now 8 plus n equal to 6. So now we can say that's 8 plus n equal to 6. So it's clear that is minus 6. And here equal to minus 8 on both sides, minus 8 and minus 8. So n equal to negative 2. Okay, let's see the next. Here we have the diagram triangle PQR, a line joining Q to X. Okay, let us analyze this. So here we have PQR. The Q is joining to X. A point on PR. Okay, and X is a point on PR. Okay, they give you this PR equal to 18 centimeter here. And they give you that is PR is 18, angle PX. PQX equal to angle Q, or this angle equal to this angle. Okay. Why PQRS is similar to PQX here? So here we go. We can say that this PQX equal to QRX here. So it's the angle PQX equal to angle QRX. And that's a fine. Work out the length of PX. So I write it as they are similar. So I write them like this just to analyze it. Okay. So here you needed the PX, which is over the PQ. They are similar, so they are proportion. So you can say PX over PQ. So say PX. Remember that we start the numerator with the yellow triangle. So we have to start the numerator here also with a yellow triangle. So here P equal to PQ over PR. I'm gonna write PQ over PR. And now the PQ here is equal to, here the PQ is equal to 12. And here is 12 and here is 12. And the PR is equal to 18. So we do this like this. So the PX over 12 equal to 12 over 18. So the PX here will be equal to 12 multiplied by 12 over 18. 12 and 12 over 18, which 144 over 18, which equal to 8. So the PX here equal to 8. Okay, how about the QR? Again, we're going to use this, the QR. So we say the QR over the same one here. Why I chose this? I want to explain this point. I write it with the big letters just to explain it for you here. So we get the PQ over the Q axis. Okay. Over Q, or execute the same. Let's write it. X Q is equal to 10 will be equal to the PR over the PQ. PR. Remember here we started with the purple. So we write the numerator per first, okay? PR over the PQ. Okay, so the QR now will be equal to so the PR is the QR, sorry, the QR, this one will be equal to XQ, which equal to 10, PR, which equal to 18, here will be 18, over the PQ, which is 12. Okay, let's write this. So equal to XQ 10, PR 18, and PQ equal to 12. This the QR will be 180 dividing by 12. It's equal to 15. So now it's equal to 15. Question number 15, Craig. The diagram shows here the graph y equals sine x for negative 30, 360, between negative 360 and 360, and there's a value of x, okay, the x coordinate. One solution of the equation is sine x equals 0.642. On your calc, write shift sign 0.642, approximate it, give you one in calculation. He approximated it will be 39 point blah 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 that we are going to here. You just do it on your calc. You just do it on your calc here. Exactly on your calc, when you make shift sign here, exactly your right answer here in the right shift sign in your calc, it give you 0.642. It give you 39.94 blah blah blah, which we can approximate it to 40. So here the first x is equal to 40. Remember this, we have a sine answer. And sine, remember this sine, cosine here. Remember this graph, this, yeah, we will make this. When its sign is positive, remember here, the x is cosine and the y is sine, y is sine. Okay, so here in the first one, it is 40 because he, to the nearest degree, he asked for the nearest degree. So here is 40. The next here, it will be equal to 180 here minus 40, which here it would be 180 minus 40. So it will be 140, and it's also a positive sign. Okay, so this will be 140. So this is the positive. Okay, let's see the negative parts. So here it will be negative. So it will be here, it gave you 220, which 180 plus 40 and give us negative because the y-axis here is negative. Okay, so here is, so let's write this 40, approximated here, 180 minus 40, which 120, 140. And here it will be 180 plus 40, which equal to negative. So here the sign is negative, and also here the sign is negative, which will be 360 minus 360 minus here. This is the 360 minus the 40 degree minus 40 degree. Okay, which we can calculate like this. So here 360, and we have to write it with negative. Remember, okay, negative. So the last x is negative, and each one has 1 degree. If you write it was positive, it's wrong in some. Okay, and here he needs you to draw it. Okay, on the x-axis below, sketch y equals sine x plus 30. Okay, so now here we're going to calc, make a simple schedule for the value of x and the value of y. So here we have x, and here we have y, and we're going to calculate the x signs here. The x he needed from the positive 180 and 360, and the negative is negative 180 and negative 360. So we can count in between numbers here. We can count between, so we can count here negative 90. Okay, and just to know the range here, and negative 1 to 70, and you will know it when you start to draw it. You will know it here. So I'm going to calc 0 and 90 and 270. Positive. Then to move to the negative. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this together. Here he asks you to get sine 90 plus x. And here we get the values of x. So all what we do, we just calculate on your calc. It's a calc paper. So here we add 0 plus 90. And your calc will give us 1, and 90 plus 90. Sine 90 plus 90 will give us 0. Sine 180 plus 90 will give us negative 1. Sine 270 plus 90 will give us 0. And 360 plus 90 give us 1. And negative 90 plus 90, which is 0, which is sine 0, give us 0. And here negative 180 plus 90, which is negative 1, and negative 270 plus 91 plus 90. He asks x plus 90. And here, actually, we have write it to here negative 90 and here 90. And we have to complete it here. It would be better to complete it. So let's write here 90. And here will be negative 90. Negative 770. Here, positive 170. And that's it. Let's mark together. Okay. So all what we do now is marking 0 and 1, and 90 and 0. Like this, 90 and 0, and 180 and negative 1. This is very important to plot your points here. Very important. 170 and 0 here. And 360 and 1. It's clear that there's a graph here. It will be here negative 90. It will be 0 here. And negative 180. It will be negative 1. I know that you know the graph now. It will be like a wave like this. But it's very important to plot your points. Again, I say it. It's very important to plot your points. Okay. At the end of the 60, it's clear. It will be 1. So now we're going to make like this. So joining them together. So make sure that you make it like a curvy or like a wave, not like lines. Okay. You are allowing to flip your page if you cannot make it accurate. So it will be like a W wavy like this. So you need to make it like this and like this, because here it will be going down. So you can make it. Let's get this. We're going to move down and get here. We're going to move down. It's fine like this. Okay. Let's see the next here. New schedule with 2x or double x here. We are going to make it with double x. So we are going to make x and y. You have to plot a clear points here. So we have to make the value of x and the value of y. And here we started with 0. Then we can say 90, then 180. Then this is the values of x, 270 and 360. Then we started to write the negative values, which is negative 90, negative 180, and negative 270, and negative 360. On your calc, we started to get the values. So we multiply all these values by 2, right sign here. Yes, you sine 2x, so we multiply these values by 2 and get the values. So we multiply every one by 2 just to get the sine of 2x. Okay, so we do it like this. Let's do it together. So here we say the sine of 2x. So we multiply every value by 2. And this is by 2 just to get the value of the y here. And this schedule will give you a marks if it's not your answer or your drawing correct. My recommendation, not to lose even 1 mark. When your calc, you make it 2 multiplied by 0, you find sine 0 equal to 0. Sine 2 times 90 equal to 0. 2 times 180 equal to 0. So we have to figure out the in-between numbers. Between 0 and 90 is 45. So we get sine 2 times 45 is equal to 1, just to get a values, not you see all the answers here is equal to 0, so you make it 0. That's not right. Okay, so we just get 0 will be 0 here, and 45 here, which will be in the middle, equal to 1, and 90 equal to 0, and 180. No, not one here in negative. Here 135 equal to negative 1. Here 135 equal to negative 1, 180, and then equal to 0, and 225 equal to 1, which is here to be here in between, and again 270 equal to 0, and here in between 170 and 360, it will be here equal to negative 1, and 360 will be equal to 0. Again here, negative 45 will be negative 1. Negative 45 will be equal to negative 1, and 90 will be negative 90 will be 0. Negative 135 equal to 1. Negative 135 multiplied by 2 equal to 1, like this. And here negative 180 equal to 0, and negative 225 equal to -1, and again 270 equal to 0, and here 270 equal to 0, and here it will be equal to 1. And by the way, here we have to draw it clear, okay, like a curve moving like this, and we have to write 45, 135, 225, all these numbers you have to write it, all the numbers in between, because we get the values from it. So that's to make the 1 and the -1 here. So here is 45, and here is 135, 135, in between 180 and 90, and here 225, and the same here, -45, and -135, and so on. Okay, -225. Now let's see the next. Here we have in this diagram, BC represents a vertical mass standing a horizontal ground here. So he gives this ABC 1390, and we just have a conclusion that this distance is equal to 60, or this angle B equal to 60. Okay, and here he completed. Yeah. And say ADC is a straight line. Okay, and AD is 40 on the horizontal ground, blah blah blah. Don't confuse about horizontal ground and vertical mass. All this. AD equal 40. CAP equal to 30. This, and we get it is equal to 60, and CDP equal to 55. Okay, calculate the height of the BC. Okay, first of all, if this is 90 and this is 55, so we can get this angle equal 180 minus 90 minus 55, or 90 minus 55, which equal to 35 here. And sure, this will be equal to 25. And now came the sine or the cosine rule. Remember, the cosine rule, we just use it for angle, side, angle. When it's like this angle, and when it's side, angle, and side, we just use this for this shape. When he gives you a side, then an angle in between, and then another side. This is the only way we use the cosine rule. So now we're going to use the sine rule. So let's get this PD first, because it's adjoining side here in between. So we're going to calc this PD. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to say the 30, sine 30 over the PD. We're going to say sine 30 over the PD will be equal to sine 25 over the 40. Sine 25 over the 40. Okay, let's do this. So here we go. Sine 30 over PD. That is adjoining line here will be equal to sine 25 over 40. Over to 40. So the PD now on your calc, you get the value of it 40 sine 30, which is half, dividing by sine 25, give us a value of 47.3240, blah, blah, blah. Okay, remember that he asked you for 3 SF, so don't forget to calc. And now we get to this 47, so we can write here, this is equal to 47.3. And now we're going to use this triangle. We need the height of this. So here we have, this is equal to 47.3. And here we have an angle of 55. And this is equal to 55. And here we have a 90 degree. And here we have 35. And this is the missing one, the BC we wanted. So that is triangle BCD. Okay, I cut it just to explain for you. This we also are going to use the sine rule again just to get the BC. So the BC, the sine 50 over the BC equal here sine 90 over 47.3. Okay, let's do this. So here we go. We say sine 55 over the BC will be equal to sine 90 over 47. You can take it from your calc 324, blah, blah, blah. You want to raise it, multiply directly by sine 55. So the BC now here, because sine 90 is equal to 1. So the BC now would be equal to 47.3 multiplying by sine 55. He needed 3GP, sine 55. Okay, so the BC now will be equal to 38.7. It's fine because he needed 3. It has 6 marks, just the sign of